Hi guys, so this is going to be my first video. I'm gonna try to do at least one video per week about what I've wrote. None of the videos I'm gonna have all the story because I don't want to give it all. I hope I can publish soon enough one of the stories or maybe a book without a bunch of stories. I'm gonna start with hi, my name is Maria. Born in Venezuela, raised in Canada. My first language is French, so be a little bit patient with me with reading and everything. Also, actually, everything is not conspiracy theories, but I have works that can be a little bit thought about fictions and other things that include maybe wondering and not realistic. But at the end, everything is judged by your perception and your beliefs. Here is going to be one of the stories that I'm working on right now. It's called Newcomers. It's basically about how hard it is to be a new adult or to enter the world of adult. You've been prepared since you were young to this stage of your life, but in a way, once you get there, you're lost. It's like if you never went to class. It's like if nobody teaches you how to really live in this world. So I hope that this story can show a lot of you guys that you're not alone, that everybody is going through it, and most of adults are still in front of that door. And what I mean in front of that door, you're gonna hear it with the text. So here it is. I'm still gonna read it to you guys. And I hope you enjoy it and keep posted. Okay. So, newcomers. What is it like being a newcomer in this world? Well, it isn't easy. Even though you have the good instructions, you can't flee from the end of the path. You appear to be in front of a big door, a door 200 feet long. There you see yourself surrounded by hundreds of minds, but all you can think is, how have you come this far? How have you passed all those tests without even studying? Or, why is everything you studied for was not in the final exam? You get this feeling of worthiness inside of you. What is this world? A grown-up world. But then again, you never asked to grow up. Never asked for this life. You only wanted to play with the wind. It was just yesterday that I was playing with dolls and cars. All I can remember is my mom trying to show me the map, but I didn't look. I wonder how the others did. Those who passed that door, who succeeded that exam. I'm 21 years old. I've just entered the muse, and I'm hoping to find the lock to this life, adult life. I finished high school 4 years ago, with no idea of what would happen next. I followed the map without sight or comprehension. I didn't like reading maps. They were always so boring and had long instructions that made me feel uncomfortable, ending up lose all my thoughts in the research. I kept on repeating the same question in my head, trying to find the answer. How did they pass? Sometimes I think it's just the first of many other tests. How do I learn to manage everything at once without skipping one note? How can I even think about where I see myself in 7 years when I don't even know what tomorrow holds? When you get in front of that big door, you begin to wonder, is that door even real? After all, that's your own door. It could just be a part of the matrix in your head. My life has just started, and I'm not sure I want it to continue. Stressing over time like my heart ticks, not beats. Always someone watching over your shoulder, trying to guide me so you'd be better. Do not go through my mistakes. You couldn't learn from them. I see people all around me, thinking they must have all figured it out. have all the compositions. They've overcome all fears. I see people who've just had the key since day one, like a free pass, even a birthright. I feel like time is speeding. But I guess that when too much unanswered question pass your mind, you get earth sick, right? You take a decision in formality of your feelings. You forget you need to keep calm. Or you just remember to keep calm and it transforms into an addiction of being calm. In fact, I got mastered at being calm. Life is so exciting that I ended up doing nothing at all. They could ask me what I would like to be. What if I answer an astronaut? I'd hear the realest of fluffs. To all those questions, is there a good answer? I'm here writing a story about how afraid I am of that door. I'm not alone after all. Are you afraid? Were you afraid? You can never be sure of the answer if you do not know the question. It can be a bit confusing thinking it that way, I'm sure. Everything confused me even more. Is it real? Waking up with a purpose every day, one that might not have been chosen. Or did it? All a contradiction of a poem with the same rhythm in all hooks. You end up knowing it by heart, a melody of success and a dream of reality. We are energy into matter, but first we are energies. Making connections without connecting. Isn't it weird how power-ringed we are? You must know the limits and will, by yourself, outdrown your image. Are we happy? Maybe we are, and don't feel the wave of happiness. Attracted by light and wealth, we walk the bay of power. What if I wanted to become a felon? I'd be convicted to judgment, and by then, I'd end up in the pot. Isn't it a good-looking dungeon? How do you find passion? And once you do, doesn't it become your comfort zone? It's said you must get out of your comfort zone to be happy. We march forward in search of that perfect question. I'm here trying to make sense of my wanting and needing. Trying to program myself as normal by the end of the cycle. Time is rushing to arrival, setting a new date each week. Being in this void makes me feel empowered. I've been created to be a peon in this game of life. Trained from how to eat properly at the table to how to treat a stranger. Every day was a lesson. Made mistakes more than 100 times, even made the same mistakes twice, perhaps more than 5 times. All this just to get the key to the big door. I had to learn each and every number in order to get to the next level. Is it me, or is this world seems to be sleeping and dreaming continuously? Even though I try to be my own image, I get discouraged and waken until I fall. I think that a warrior has lost more fights than he has won. The battle is never always to be won. Sometimes it is to be learned. For this, a warrior will be the best of teachers. Learning to manage addictions and conditions through self-minding and self-programming. Tell me, are you in peace? I'm just trying to figure it out. I swear I'm not trying to cheat. I'm new to this world. I'm just a child. How old are you? You seem so young. How can I expect to go straight when everything seems blurred by my perceptions? I'm sailing my boat, but I was never really the captain. I'm more like the ship, sailing through the waves, trying to maintain my balance in each storm. I can be the captain when my words are suggestion rather than authority. And to be continued. So, what I was thinking while I was writing this is actually just the fear of the future, and that we never really got prepared to have all these responsibilities. We never got any instructions of how to deal with all this stress of paying bills, going to school, what I want to become, what if I fail, what's going to happen when I'm going to be 75 years old and I'm going to have a house, my mom, my dad will not be here anymore, won't be here anymore, so like Am I gonna be alone? How do I manage to figure all these things at the same time and actually have time to be free and be happy and all of that when I'm always stressing about what if and what will? Well, guys, the next subject is going to be WWW. What are we? Who is God? And why are we here? I'm always going to read only the first page of each story. And maybe I could publish soon. I'm surely going to publish first the newcomers. It's gonna be a small book, but it really gonna help not only people our age to be less feared about the future, but it's also going to help the parents or the teachers about stopping to stressing us about the future, and rather than giving us telling us that we must and we must and we must decide what we want to become, instead of that, just showing us what could be if we chose this path, and what are the options, and not make everything seem so close. Just if like tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have 50 years old, I'm gonna have a kid, and I'm gonna be lost. It doesn't have to be that way, because I think society has in a way programmed the youth to follow the path of those who once were in front of that big door. Maybe after all there's no door, and we only become who we makes ourselves be in the present of today, and that's who we are going to be tomorrow. I think that there's too much pressure on us, the youth, of following that path, that path of lawyers, doctors, teachers, when in fact we could become anything we want. For today, what I see in social media is people traveling, and those people have stories. Those people could be teachers, just teachers of life. And as I am, me myself, I'm a life student. I'm not in school anymore. I want to go back to school. But if I told you that I want to become a scientist, I'd have the realest of laughs. And after that, maybe an astronaut. Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up being a lawyer, even if I don't believe in society. But we never know. Just let's fly like a bird and be free like the wind. Okay. So guys, I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching. And I hope you like it. Okay. Bye.